I, 28F, was engaged to my fiancé, 29M. We'd been together for 4 years, engaged for 1. He proposed on a beach trip with both of our families, and I genuinely thought it was the happiest day of my life. We had a storybook kind of romance, traveling together, planning our dream apartment, talking about kids. Everyone around us thought we were that couple. Fast forward to 3 months before our wedding. The dress was bought, the venue was booked, the deposits were down, and the invitations were already sent. I was knee-deep in planning, stressed but happy, imagining what life would be like once I finally said I do. One random Tuesday, he left his phone at home by accident. No big deal. Except it wouldn't stop buzzing on the counter. At first, I ignored it. But then a notification popped up that changed everything. "Can't wait to see you tonight, Red Heart." I froze. My stomach twisted, but I picked up the phone. What I found made my entire world collapse in minutes. Pages of texts to another woman. Romantic, explicit, and far too familiar to be new. They talked about weekends away. They joked about how he could never escape me long enough without raising suspicion. It wasn't a fling. It was an entire relationship behind my back. When he got home, I confronted him immediately. I expected denial, excuses, maybe even gaslighting. Instead, he just sat down on the couch, buried his face in his hands, and said quietly, "I don't think I can marry you." I was too scared to admit it, so I kept stalling. That's how I learned the wedding I'd been pouring my heart, time, and money into was never going to happen, not because of anything I did, but because he didn't have the courage to be honest sooner. The fallout was brutal. My parents had already spent thousands on deposits. My bridesmaids had already bought their dresses. I had to make humiliating phone calls to vendors, friends, and family, explaining the wedding was off. People kept asking me, "But what happened?" and I didn't even have the words. The first few weeks felt like I was grieving a death. Not just of a relationship, but of the future I thought I had. I boxed up the dress. I returned what I could. I cried until I felt hollow. And through all of it, he never once tried to fix things. But here's the part one didn't expect: a year later, I'm grateful. Because the truth is, finding out before the wedding saved me from finding out after. And that's the only silver lining I needed. Sometimes the biggest heartbreak ends up being the biggest blessing.